What's going on, Leak man?
Man, not much, not much.
Man, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Man, my name Malik. Former tight end of Eastern Kentucky. Graduated with a sports management degree. Coaching high school ball right now. Offensive coordinator. Just got promoted. So you feel me?
You understand me? Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Well, let's go ahead and kick start it. Actually, hold on. New job. Let's go ahead and talk about that, brother. Cause when I seen you got that, I ain't gonna lie, I was smiling at my phone so damn hard, bro. But nah, what's that been like?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It's been a cool experience though. Especially like playing college ball. Just being in the system for so long and understanding that system. Man, I just want to try to teach these kids how to understand football. Kind of prepare them. So that's kind of how I approach this offensive coordinator opportunity, man. Just trying to prepare these kids going into an offensive system in college, because I feel like I wasn't prepared the right way. I got to college not knowing what was going on offense. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I love it though. I love it.
Nah, hey, that coming to college and trying to learn another damn system or something, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You damn near look at that shit like, what is this? Like, what? Nah, but so even with you being new to that, like, what's it feel like to finally be able to control the game from your side of the ball?
Um, feel good, honestly. But I feel like the biggest thing to me is that I got a staff with a lot of experience, so I lean on them just as much as anything because you feel me. Like it's some guys on the staff that's done in the head coach, but he's coaching position now. So you feel me? So I rely on him a lot to kind of help me walk through this process, and he got my back every day. He let me know, you feel me, if I'm doing something good, doing something wrong. So man, it's a good feeling though, just knowing that my staff got my back and I got that great relationship with the kids. So all of that just following the line, man, it feels good. Um,
Hey, with the kids, the biggest thing is since we young, it's kind of easier to gravitate to them. Like, I don't know what it is, but they don't really click with the older, strict, tough generation. For some odd reason,
mhm.
they like the people who is like them, but it be kind of it be kind of moments where you gotta remind them, I'm not you. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm not you.
That's facts.
So like, stop trying to think that I'm you. But though, I was you just not too long ago. Well, at least quicker than probably you feel me, your history teacher and all that. I don't know about all that, but you know
hmm
what I'm saying. But nah, so man, like how this about to be your first actual full season as offensive coordinator, or was you fully that this past season?
For the past season, I took over the last 4 games. So yeah, this will be my first full season.
Man, man, what you thinking? What's the numbers you trying to put up? What you trying to do?
Hey, I got a goal board, and I'm talking 30 plus. Hey, I'm trying to 30 plus a game. You feel me? That
So
little
you
pin on
trying
the
you trying
board.
you trying to strike the band? You trying to strike the band?
No, come on now.
Nah, hey, all I know is if I don't see 30, 40 one game, you know what I'm saying? If you really feeling like that, if your offense really talking about something, maybe a little 50 ball, you understand me?
Well, come on, little fit, little
You know what I'm
fit.
saying? A little 50 ball, you know what I'm saying? Because, you one of them coaches that's a married man. Uh, Soon to be a married man. So you
Huh?
you know what they say about a man with a wife, man. All of a sudden, everything just starts going good out of nowhere. Pat Mahomes, just saying. But then things start going good out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So how you feeling?
Hey, when I think about stuff like that, I stay on like you feel me, just a level course. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, I'm I'm excited for this wedding that's coming up. I mean, you already know it. We done talked about it though, but you feel me? Our main thing is keep God first. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first, and we cool.
Facts,
Everything gonna go right.
facts. But so how did your experience as a player shape the way you see the game as a coach?
My experience as a player, man, I put it as for one, all my tight ends that's gonna listen to this, they're gonna feel what I'm saying. I feel it as being a tight end makes you have to know all of the playbook because you got to know what everybody got going on. You feel me? As a tight end, essentially, you almost got to think as a quarterback. So that's why I use my tight end experiences because you got to know so much, like I just said. So get into coaching, and I just lay it out. I lay everything out in examples for kids because they got to see it to learn it. They not thing with these kids nowadays, they don't learn. They don't learn how we used to. You feel me? You got to put it in examples. I always try to find them different type of clips to show them and stuff like that, so you can kind of get the idea of where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So, because like for this spring, when I was in high school, we did spring ball, but we didn't really do no true position meetings. Like we had position meetings. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh no, we had
So,
that. I ain't gonna lie, we definitely
nah,
had
yeah,
that.
we trying to break it down for them and stuff. So, the boys right.
Nah, yeah, it do kind of get to the point though where it's like taking your experience and going down a level.
Mm-hmm.
Your experience is like magnified because the things that they do is just so simple, but to them it be complex to some players. But like to us, it's just so simple. Things is moving so slow. Like it's not as fast as how it might appear for them. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we have the
Mm-hmm.
ability to be able to slow it down for them, you know what I'm saying, in a way that they understand. Because this generation right
Yep.
here, bro, some of y'all brain cells don't even work. No cap.
Nah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like Jesus. But
I
nah,
think that's been
so
one of my biggest things though
oh
was trying to it's kind of figuring out how to teach it in a way they can understand it easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, with a lot of kids these days, it's hard to talk football with them. Like you got to talk to them like you them. You know what I'm saying? So man, just trying to figure out different ways to break it down for them. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that's come up a lot since I took over calling offense.
so at what moment was it when you were playing, or maybe after you was playing? Like when did you realize you wanted to start coaching?
Man, I think I got into one of the coach after our very last game. To be honest, I was like, because when I got done, I'm like, everybody knew my knees when operating that all. So, but you feel me? I wasn't trying to walk away from the game. I always wanted to be involved with football at some point. So I was like, bro, I got to coach. You feel me? And I didn't want to start at the college level yet because I was like, I want to dial back. You feel me? I want to go experience how it is at high school first and work my way back up. So,
Nah, yeah, you know, high school is exactly where I started at. That is not where I'm at right now. All right, please, not them high school kids, boy. Hey, if you're a high school kid listening to this right now, hey, let me tell you something. I bet money your biggest problem right now is your discipline. I bet money because I don't know what y'all be doing outside of school, bro, but somehow it always tracks you back to school. And so basically, what I'm getting at is I don't know when it's gonna take for y'all to just like click all the way, not just click when you're at sports, but like realize like life is real. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's my lesson for today.
uh-huh.
How do you balance being competitive with also being a mentor to the players?
I balance it because my competitiveness, I try to like drive that into them. I try to get them to be as competitive as they can be. Like anything we doing, we competing. So as we going through these off season workouts, I'm talking about everything we did. Anytime we stepped out on the field, it was some type of thing to go against each other. And you feel me? So I balance that because I now my brother on the staff. So my brother's coaching defense, the DBs. So they finna see us be competitive in practice as well as coaching. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna kind of get that feel as the coaches kind of competing at practice, so let's compete too. And and I kind of got them feelings from even in college. Like I done seen the offensive coach and defensive coach talk back and forth while we doing team periods and stuff like that. So you feel me? Me seeing that makes me want to go. Like you feel me? It's time to go. So hopefully I can get the kids to kind of feel that way too.
Man, it was one day my DB coach in high school, bro. Bro, Coach Johnson and the receivers coach, bro, they was fighting. It was before the JV game, bro. I forgot what he said, but like coach the offensive coach had a clipboard in his hand and Coach Johnson smacked it out of his hand. And then smacked him, bro. And bro, but it was funny as hell though, bro, because I don't know, bro. Like Coach Johnson, he ain't African or nothing, but like if you just look at him, that's what you would think he is. You feel me?
Yeah.
So everything about that moment screamed that, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, that shit was funny as hell. And I forgot what he said to him because there was actually a point that actually made us start laughing hard. Like it wasn't even about him hitting him or nothing. Nah. It was more so about what they were saying, bro. Damn, I can't think about it, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, boy, that shit funny as hell, bro. But nah, but nah. So, what do you think was your biggest mental shift that you had to make going from executing plays to designing them?
I think the biggest mentorship is kind of going back to what I kind of said is making sure they can understand it in a way that's easy for them. Because, like I said, you can't. I wish I could sit down and just talk straight football, like using straight football lingo, but kind of got to break it down to the smallest thing. It's the small things that they got to understand because I can probably look at something and just understand it. It'll click in my head, but to them, it probably look like something they ain't never seen before. You know what I'm saying? So I think that falls right there with it.
And even going back to your to when we was at EKU, you know what I'm saying? How what was your go to when you felt like mentally you exhausted? Now it could be mentally you exhausted because it's just within you, or in the terms of like football was getting exhausting. How? What was your go to be able to pull yourself out of that?
Man,
So you couldn't even hear me, huh?
I heard the question, but I was like, I ain't even finna say. Let me make sure they done. You
Oh,
was talking
bet.
about like mentally exhausted.
Yeah. Here I ask you again, just so that way I click.
Mm-hmm.
I click on you.
Fucking train.
Nah. So what was it like? God damn. Oh, what was your way of pulling yourself out of a slump? Let's say that, yeah, a mental slump, regardless if it's football or life during your times when you was in college.
Me, I think when I every time I got to that mode, I would like I'm a music guy, so you feel me? I sit down in the room, I probably play the game or something, you feel me? Music gonna be playing regardless. You know what I'm saying? I feel like music is always one of them things that kind of get me back into that same state, you know what I'm saying? So anything, probably just that.
And when you were going through your knee injuries, right? What was some of the mental hurdles that you had to face, like especially in the times of surgery, post op, all that, like going through rehab? What was that? What was that journey like?
Man, I think the biggest thing with going through stuff like that is it's like recovery timeline and how I'm gonna recover. You know, how will I feel when I do recover? Because the last operation I went through, it could have went either or. Like you feel me? I could have came out feeling good, or I could have came out feeling probably worse than what it was. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that played a role for sure. But obviously, trying to keep it on a positive path, so so I can bounce back.
So now it's me asking brother to brother though. Hey, so in those moments though, like when you was hurt, right? Like being when you had to be
Yeah.
on the sideline and stuff like that. What was allowing you to be able to still be you? Cause I ain't gonna lie. Like I know there's some type of feeling of like, especially when something exciting happens,
Uh-huh.
you wish you had a feel in it. Like you know what I'm saying, instead of being a viewer or a watcher or a fan or just a teammate that's viewing.
I think when it comes to that, I think it's just because it was football. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was probably any other sport, basketball, baseball, something else, I probably wouldn't have felt the same. But just by it being football, because I mean, you see them days I was out there sitting on chairs and crutches and all that stuff. But you feel me? Like football just brought a different energy. Like I love the juice from everybody. So you feel me? Something happened, I'm gonna celebrate regardless.
Nah, facts. She was lit. He was over there hopping. Yeah, it was lit. Nah, but so boom. So what I know you went from, you know what I'm saying, a regular position coach to now you're offensive coordinator. But like, what's next? Like what's your end goal with coaching?
My end goal is that I'm going through high school. Basically, want to build a resume. You know what I'm saying? I want to build a resume to a point to when I do want to go to a college, when I'm ready to step up to that college level, that you feel me, they can look back and see what I've done and accomplished already in high school. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying like stepping into no head coaching role in college or something like that. Just as simple as just a position coach or something. You know what I'm saying? So, just kind of trying to work my way to get my foot in that door.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. Hey, would you be a GA?
See, that's one of the reasons why I came down to high school. Like, a lot of people was like, "Why not be a GA? Why not be a GA?" I'm like, it's nothing wrong with being a GA, but me personally, like for example, this offensive coordinator spot I probably would have never had a chance to be an offensive coordinator at any level if I would just start off as a GA. You know what I'm saying? And I known a couple of GAs that's being GAs ended up still going down to high school level. So I was like, why not start at a high school level? You feel me? I came back, came with some coaches that I knew, went off to another school. So it's just about a bunch of different opportunities.
Man, you ever thought about playing again?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, my first year coaching, I sure was like, boy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to put the cleats back on. Hey, you know my knees, so hey, boy.
Bro, oh my god, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, boy.
They were calling me Unc at the age 20.
Hey, that boy say he know my knees, man. Hey. But what was your breakthrough moment with coaching? Like when what was the moment that in your head you was like, nah, I got this.
um, my breakthrough, it was probably actually like my first year, man. My first year, I was with the tight ends and stuff. And it was just seeing them implement what I'm teaching at practice. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, bro. And as a player, you might not ever think about it, but as a coach, man, I sit back and think, I'm like, man, I wonder how proud my coaches feel when I did something that they spent hours teaching at practice.
Facts.
Like, like so when I started seeing that over and over and over, I'm like, man, I think coaching is like really my thing. So then even on top of that, you got this past year. I got my first win as an offensive coordinator. And when I got that first win, I was like, yeah, this is like it's me right here.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Well, you play with me. Bro, if you ask me, I've been coaching people since, bro. Cause yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, yeah. So, so, so for the people that's watching, I ain't gonna lie. I understand you probably been watching things that's on Instagram and all that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe matter of fact, that's how serious I am. Look at me. I know y'all be seeing things on Instagram. You probably think, oh yeah, he's not. Hey, listen, you don't know how I think, and you never seen me practice before. Cause I do crazy shit in practice. I ain't gonna lie. I do some crazy shit in practice that I kind of wish at one season. I wish I did that in the game. But we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, though, if you see me practice, like on an everyday, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, like, you could tell I'm smart, bro. I will run your route for you, like, or I'll talk to you during your route. But you know, that's another conversation for another day. We ain't even gonna get into that. We ain't even gonna get into that. But Leak man, I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on the show. Not only that, congratulations on you and potentially. I mean, not even potentially, brother. You're getting married, brother. All right. I
Hey,
see you in goddamn me, Nashville, Cashville, Tennessee. You understand me? And
Mom,
you
that's the
understand? You understand? You understand? Nah, for real. Nah, but yeah, man. I appreciate you, my boy.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you letting me come on here, man.
It's Sersky. Now,